Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you another video today. This time we're going to be reviewing the figures I just received from Moviepilot. Thank you again, guys, over at the community team there. And we're going to be taking a look at the Batman Arkham Origins figure set and giving a review of them. So yeah, I'll just show you the box once again if you didn't see the video I made earlier today. Very nice. I actually did manage to keep it intact as I got them out. Still need to play the game though. I've played Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. I only have a 360 though. I haven't got an Xbox One or PS4 yet, so I haven't played Arkham Knight. But I still really love this series. And there's other figures in the line. I would especially like to get the Bane and Killer Croc at some point, maybe the Deadshot too. That'll come with time. And yeah, so let's take a look at the figures, man. Take a look at Black Mask first, because although it's a very good figure, the character is probably the least desired one of the set. But nonetheless, I really do like this figure. I'll give you a look at him now. Again, I apologize for the webcam quality, but again, I don't think it's really awful quality at the same time either. So I really do like the head sculpt for this guy. I guess has a lot of good texture and sculpting to it. Oh yeah, the head sculpt has good sculpting, yeah, okay. But yeah, I just really like the design for it in the game. Yeah, there is like a gray, silver, blue type of wash over the Black Mask. And his eyes are pretty well painted. Yeah, it's a little bit blurry right now. Hopefully that clears up. It was clear for about a minute, but yeah, still, you guys can sort of get the idea, right? And yeah, I like the rest of the sculpt for the suit. I like how the lines on it are actually sculpted out and not just painted on, so that's definitely a good thing. I did watch the Review Spot's video on this one, and yeah, he was kind of picking at the fact that the suit appears a little bit too dirty. He thinks it should be a little bit cleaner for Black Mask, and I don't really agree with that. I don't really think it's that overly dirty, and it's not overly clean either. It's in a happy in between somewhere, I think. And I don't think it should be very clean either, because with all the shit he pulls, I don't think it would be either. So yeah, I really like the design for the suit. I like the sculpted lines, like I said. And he does come with 2 accessories, 2 handguns. I'll give you a look at those. I like the sculpt for these things. The gunmetal color, then the darker gray color too, and the brown goes pretty well together. I like them a lot. And the other one's exactly the same, if you were wondering. So yeah, I like those. And yeah, I'll show you his articulation. Single joint at the elbow, and the shoulder doesn't really come out too much. It's more just on a swivel. I don't really want to risk pulling it out because it'd probably snap off. And the hand does do a full 360 though. No joints at the knees, and no real waist joint or swivel either. No torso joint, and the feet do move a little bit. And the head also does move full 360. And it does look up a decent amount. So yeah, not much articulation on this guy, but if you guys have seen my other figure reviews, I used to do a lot of them, but I deleted them for some reason when I started doing more of a TV show stuff. Still wish I never did that. But I did the figure reviews I do still have on my channel. You guys should know that I do like sculpting, paint, and detail more than articulation. I do care more about that than I do with articulation. So although it would be nice to have more articulation on this guy, I still think it's a very good figure with the little it does have. I just really love the sculpt on him. I think he turned out to be a very good one. So yeah, even though one of the lesser desired ones in the set, I do think he is worth getting along with the rest of them too. So yeah, Black Mask, a very good one. Now let's move on to Deathstroke. Now this guy has some trouble standing. A couple other ones do too, but nonetheless a very, very good figure. And if I didn't mention it before, these figures are about like 6.5, 7 inches, right around that. And I should have probably grabbed these before I started the video, but I do have a couple figures for comparison. I have a DC Universe Classics Deathstroke here. You guys can see that, so you can see them side by side. I really do still like this figure, but this one's a little bit more of a modern, updated look to him, which I like a lot. But yeah, and obviously this is a larger figure. But yeah, I still do like this one. Excuse me. And I'll get another figure down for comparison in a second. But yeah, so Deathstroke. I love the markings throughout the figure. You know, it shows it. You know, it's basically meant to be like battle damage and things like that. If you can see it, it's all over it. However, with that, I do like that detail in it, but at the same time, I do wish it wasn't so bright. I mean, not well. The armor is fine, but I mean, like the silver markings on them, the battle damage. I wish they weren't as bright as they are. I think it makes it a little less realistic by, you know, having them pop so much like that. And they're really just painted on. I wish they would be more like a sculpted type of thing. But it's only a minor gripe with it. I do like that they added that anyway. And the head sculpt, very, very good. Once again, I apologize if it's kind of unclear, but I like how the eye, you can kind of see his eye there, and it's like the sculpt for the helmet too has a nice texture to it. And I like the armor. You know, again, it gives it a very updated, modern type of look, more realistic. And he has like the softer parts in between, you know, the joints and parts of his body, so he can, like, you know, he can be more flexible. So I think that works well. There's a similar thing going on with the Batman figure, which we'll get to later. And he comes with quite a few accessories, the most in the set. He does come with a handgun right here. Different paint than on the Black Mask ones. Different sculpt too, actually. I do like this one quite a bit too, and it actually fits right into the holster here. So I just put that right in there. Comes with a sword. And the sword is, I do like the sculpt to it, but it can come out a bit warped. Mine isn't too bad though. And I do think, like I said, I do like the sculpt, and you know, it's just really just a straight up silver paint to it with a black handle, but I do like it anyway. And it can fit into the sheath right here pretty well. So yeah, that's good. And it comes with a staff as well. He comes with a staff as well, I should say. It's pretty nice. I like the gray varieties in it along with the blacks. A decent sculpt. Nothing too like overly amazing though. And that fits pretty well into his hand, right, just like that. Very nice. Like I said, the best thing about it is the sculpting of all the armor and stuff. Just very nice with the shells right there, the bullets, as well as, you know, the other pockets and things like that. Very, very nice. Almost looks like you can open them up, but you can't. I do like them anyway. I like the boots, the treads and stuff like that. Very, very well done. There's even some black washing going on throughout the figure too, like even on the hands a little bit if you can see. I like that. Yeah, just a very, very good Deathstroke figure. And even if I do still like my DCUC one, this one is another very good version of the character that I'm very glad to have. And I like that it's a more modern, realistic look to it too. So yeah, very good figure. This one does have a little bit of trouble standing as well, but you can kind of get them. I did hear some people complaining that their one of their legs had broken off when they got the figure. But I just think that depends on the one you get. You know, that stuff happens, unfortunately. And luckily mine hasn't broken yet. The left leg does move successfully. And I'll go over the articulation with you right now. The foot does have an ankle pivot, so Sharpness Prime loves that. Very nice ankle rocker there. Double jointed knees, actually. Why they didn't give this to Black Mask, I don't know, but I'm glad it's on this guy. And the leg does move out like so, and like that. And there is a waist movement, waist swivel going on. There's a little torso joint too. Now, right now.
Okay.
Sorry about that. And it looks like there's a torso joint, but then there kind of isn't. It's a little bit odd. And I don't really want to try to force it or anything like that because I don't want to break these guys. But the hand does do a full 360, and as well as a single joint at the elbow, and the shoulder doesn't really move out a whole lot, but it does move like that. And the head does move side to side a little bit, and it does actually do a full 360, which is good. I like the little things right there at the end of the mask and the helmet. Definitely gives them that ninja type of look, assassin. And yeah, so there's articulation. Deathstroke, a very good figure. Very happy to have this. He is one I was looking forward to in the set, and I can see why he'd be the favorite out of it. So yeah, Deathstroke, very good one. And here is one I was very much looking forward to. One I was probably most curious about, to be honest, was the Joker. Give you a look at him. A couple little gripes with this one, but overall I am happy with it. Again, not the same level of articulation as the Deathstroke. It's more on the level of the Black Mask one, except the Joker does have leg movement, unlike the Black Mask. Single joint at the knees. The feet do actually move. There's a little bit of a pivot. Legs go out like that, as I just said. No torso joint. No. There's a waist swivel though. Hands do a 360, single jointed elbows, and the head does do a full 360 as well. So there's articulation real quick. And overall, though, I do really like the design to this figure. It is fairly accurate to the game. Like I said, I haven't played the game, but I did look up pictures and videos and stuff like that. One gripe I do have, though, is the paint on the face. In some promotional shots of this figure, the paint is a little bit cleaner. And with the actual figure, it is kind of sloppy looking. And that's not completely unfitting for the Joker. There have been some versions where he does have like sloppier makeup or face paint and things like that, so it's not like the biggest problem in the world you could have with the figure, since it can still work like that. But I do wish it was a little bit cleaner, as they showed in some pictures of it. But nonetheless, I do like the face sculpt. I like how, I like his smile. And the head sculpt, I love the hair, the detail on it, the mixture of green and black. I like that a lot, it looks very nice. But yeah, and I also love, once again, the more modern, realistic looks of the Joker. I have another figure here for comparison. This is a DC Universe Classics Joker. Like I said, very different looks from very, very different times. So it's good that I have the Silver Age Joker as well as a more up-to-date Joker as well. I'm very happy that I have both of them now. But surprisingly, this Joker doesn't come with any accessories, which is, that's a gripe, but it would be okay if his hands were open, because that way you could still fit Black Mask or Deathstroke's handgun into his hands to use, which I was going to do, but his hands are sculpted fists, both of them. And I don't really get that for the Joker. You'd think the Joker would be one to come with accessories, and he would at least have one open hand. But he doesn't, so that kind of bugs me a little bit. But it's not a huge deal, just, once again, a minor gripe on an otherwise very good figure. Like I said, I love the sculpting for the jacket. I think it's very nice, very sleek. Still has that Joker look to it without being, too old school. Once again, it's darker, more realistic, and things like that. Like the vest, the green vest on there, it's very nice, very well sculpted. The belt, some nice details on the pants. I'm not showing you this close enough. Sorry about that. But yeah. So overall, I do really like this Joker figure. I am pleased with it. Just a little gripe for the sloppiness of the paint on the face. There are a couple red marks from the red paint on the smile, but it is still a very good figure. I am happy with it. I am happy to have it in my collection. And it's a good contrast to the Silver Age DC Joker, like I said. It's very obvious, the contrast between the two of them. And once again, just these figures being larger in general. But yeah, I do really like it, and I'm happy to have it. So yeah, Joker, very nice. Overall. And let's get to the headliner of this set, one I was also very much looking forward to, along with the Joker especially. And that is the Batman. Here you go. Very, very nice. I really love the figure. I don't have a lot of Batman figures. I do have a few of them, though. I'll bring one down for comparison very quickly. Just give me a second. Again, I should have prepared this before I actually start recording. But yeah, I'll just grab a couple for a comparison. Alright. Okay, here he is with the Dark Knight Rises Movie Masters figure. Once again, you can see the differences, but a better comparison would be to the DCUC Batman figure. Once again, like the Silver Age Joker, this is more of a Silver Age 60s, 70s, 80s type of Batman. More of that classic, old school look to him. And this figure is okay in its own way. I mean, I don't really love this one, but I'm glad to have it. I mean, because it just shows the history of Batman, things like that. But I do love the more modern, up-to-date look to this Arkham Batman. And, yeah. So let's take a closer look at him. The head sculpt, the face sculpt is incredible on this guy. Once again, I apologize for my webcam not really showing it very clearly. But the eyes are very nicely painted. I like the look to him. The face sculpt to the mask and the cowl is very nice. The mouth area, like right here, I feel like the skin on him is a little bit too tan looking. I mean, it probably doesn't look as bad on the webcam, but in person it's a little bit darker and more has more of a tan type of look to it, which I don't really like. And the lips are a little bit too pink at the same time. If you guys can notice that a little bit, I don't know. And mine does have a bit of a little scuff, a little white speck on it. I might be able to take it off with a knife or something, but I've never really tried that before, so we'll see if I actually try to do that or not. But overall, minus a couple little picks with it, it is a great, amazing head sculpt to it. And it is probably my favorite Batman figure in my collection at this point. I do have another one I wanted to compare it with. I just remembered. I actually forget what line this one is from because I got this one quite a few years ago when I wasn't really paying attention to it as much. But if you guys can tell me which Batman this one is from, feel free. I do like this one a lot. I just like the sculpt of the cape at the bottom and stuff. Very cool. But once again, a very good contrast between the two figures. And yeah, these are definitely my two favorite Batman figures in my collection now at this point, I think. Another one I wanted to compare it with. Just let me put that one down. And I believe this is from either the Infant Crisis or the Final Crisis, I forget. I'm sorry. Correct me politely, please. But, you know, with this Batman just has a lot of battle damage to him. It's a very cool sculpt. Has a hard time standing, though. And so, yeah, there's another look between them. Torn cape. But, yeah. Yeah, overall, I do think this is my favorite Batman figure in my collection now at this point. I love the body armor to it. Of course, this is from Arkham Origins, so it's when he's starting out as Batman. And some people wonder, oh yeah, why does he have so much more armor if this is the beginning? Because Batman in the beginning of his career wasn't quite as experienced, so he felt like he probably needed more protection, you know, because he would get hit a little bit more often than he does later on. Because later on, he doesn't feel like he needs as much armor because he can avoid things a little bit easier, and he's a little bit more knowledgeable with combat and stuff and different things he has to deal with. So in the beginning, when it would make more sense that he would give himself more protection because he would need it. He would need that extra weight and stuff. And I do like that bulkier look to him. I think it looks fine. I love the sculpted armor look. I love the belt. The little paint right there is a little bit odd, like right there if you can see it. But I do like the belt sculpt overall and the thigh area with the armor on that. And once again, like the Deathstroke figure, certain parts of him are meant to look more flexible, like his joints and stuff, which I like a lot. Love his gauntlets as well. Again, these are semi-sharp, but not really really sharp either. But they look like they would be. So that's probably the idea. And yeah, so let's go over his articulation. I also do like the cape. It's very clean, straight black cape sculpt to him, and I like it. It's fine. It definitely works for it. And I also love like the neck look there, right there, if you can see it. I like the sculpting detail on that. And let's go over the articulation real quick. The foot does move a little bit, and it does have a great ankle pivot like the Deathstroke figure. Double jointed knees. The leg does go out like that, and does come out like that. And again, I'm a little bit cautious to move it out too much though, because I don't want to break it. But does also have a torso joint like that, and a waist swivel as well, and does a full 360 like all the other ones, and a single jointed elbow, and the shoulder does move out like that, and up and around like so. But it is a little bit hindered by the cape, but it does move up a fair amount. And the head does do a full 360 as you would expect. So yeah. He does come with one accessory actually. If I can find it. Oh boy, I may have just lost it on video. That is a fantastic one, Bloody Jacob. Fantastic. Yeah, I did put it over there. Wow. Sorry about that. And like I said, I haven't played Arkham Origins, but I did play the other Arkham games besides Arkham Knight. And I think this is a grappling hook of some kind, or a grapple gun, something like that, I would think. I do like the detail in it, like the silver brushing to it, with it mixing with the black, so I think it looks very nice. And it does fit in his hand pretty snug, although it does look a bit warped like that, but once you get in his hand, it does stay there pretty well. So yeah, looks pretty nice. I'm not sure if I'll necessarily display him with it. I may, just so I can keep it somewhere. But it's a decent accessory. I just wish they would have given one to the Joker. But I also like the little meter we see on there. You can actually see the dial. I don't know if you guys can because of the webcam not really clearing up there. But it is there, believe me. But yeah, so overall, a very good Batman figure. Probably my favorite in my collection now. And all the Batman figures from DC Collectibles look very good from the Arkham line. Minus the Arkham Asylum one, I feel like some of the face sculpts on that one with the eyes are a little bit off, but this one gets it right. The eyes don't look exaggerated, they look realistic and accurate to the game, so I really like this one. Like the bat symbol too, of course. It's very nice, very well painted with the armor and stuff. And yeah, so there you go. There's my review of the Batman Arkham Origins DC Collectibles figure set. I'll just briefly briefly give a word to each of these figures again, so you guys remember. Black Mask, very good figure despite the lack of articulation. I do love the sculpt to him. I think it's a very nice looking figure, great figure. Deathstroke, one of the highlights of the set for sure. Just a lot going on, a lot of accessories, and just a very good looking update to the character. Like him a lot. Joker, minus a couple sloppy paint issues. I do very much like the look and design to him. Very happy to have him as a good contrast to the Silver Age one from DCUC. And Batman. Probably my favorite in the set, actually, along with Joker or Black Mask, I think. Even though I love the Deathstroke too. But yeah. So yeah, very much love this set. Thank you again, Moviepilot, for getting that for me. Very much appreciate it. Love hosting on your site. as I will continue to do so in the future. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, even if it was a little bit long. I apologize, but just wanted to go through each of them as much as I could. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys next time, and peace.